Hey friends, I'm back to talk college because I realized that the last video that I left for parents was basically like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, with only a couple like, hey, do this, which is not my style and it's not something I love either. Like, don't tell me what not to do if you're not going to tell me what to do. So for all of those of you who have sent kids off to school and they are either calling you distressed or texting or FaceTiming or whatever, or you see through other channels. Maybe you notice that they're in their dorm all the time when you check Life 360, or you think maybe they're not eating enough, or you see some other distressing news about what's going on campus and you just kind of assume that it's affecting them. Whatever the case, I've been in all of those situations, by the way. Here are some things you can do. The very first thing to do is pause. Just pause before you react to anything, including their phone calls to you, because our initial instinct is always going to be to fix stuff for them, to take care of them, to swoop in and be the mom or dad that we are and smooth it over. That's just a great thing, and it's natural, and we've been using it a lot over the last 18 years because they needed us to, but that's no longer an appropriate response in most situations for us to swoop in and fix it. So first is just pause. Pause, put your hand on your heart, take a deep breath, stop for a minute before you say or do anything. And then I would start by asking questions of both them and of yourself. You can start with them if you're specifically speaking to them. I would ask them, what have you done? Meaning, what have you tried so far? Not what have you done like they've done something wrong, but like, what have you tried so far? Have you tried asking your roommate to dinner? Or have you tried reaching out to that person from your high school that you know is there? Or have you tried going to a club fair? Or have you tried, I'm trying to think what else, emailing the professor? Asking friends in class if they know what the solution to this problem is. Basically, you're still maybe feeling like you're telling them or giving them suggestions, but you're asking it in a way that leaves it up to them to do. You're not saying, go do this, go do this, go do this. And more importantly, you're not saying, let's hang up so I can do it for you. You might be still giving them some suggestions, but it's in a way that communicates to them, you got this, you know what to do, you can do it. So asking questions of them, first of all, what have you tried? Have you tried this? Did you think of this? How was this? And also asking of yourself, what am I reacting to here? Am I just wanting, when I hang up the phone and I call the crisis hotline, and I'm not making light of that. That might be something you feel like you need to do. And am I reacting out of fear that I'm not there to protect them? That would be my first question. And my second question would be, do I really not think they can handle this? Because I think what we do sometimes as parents is we jump in to handle it for them without actually considering, can they handle it? Is this something that they're going to learn and grow from? Or is this something that I need to do for them? I think we're just used to doing things for them. We're programmed to do things for them. And so we haven't actually stopped to ask ourselves, do we think they can do it? So that would be my the thing I ask. And then the third and fourth things are really a little bit more passive, or at least don't necessarily involve your kids. And that is just to take care of yourself and to give yourself a little bit of grace. That's 3 and 4, self-care and grace for yourself, because this is a really hard thing. We are much more active parents than maybe our parents were in our kids' lives. And letting go of them is a really hard thing. And it is also a very natural thing. But being natural, and I'm using but on purpose. I know you're never supposed to, nothing before the but counts, but in this case, it does. It is hard, it is natural, but it is also natural to feel really not okay with it. And maybe try to do a lot of things to stop that not okay feeling in ourselves and in them. So give yourself a little bit of grace. You're going to be sad. You're going to be lonely. You're going to miss them. You may feel a little incomplete. You may be questioning your own purpose. I mean, I've jokingly been walking around my house going, what is even the point of me? Like, if I don't have kids here, what is even the point of me? And I do this for a living. So I know what's coming when your kids go away to school. But have some grace for yourself, know that it's gonna get better, and know that you're still gonna be very much involved in their lives. You just aren't gonna be involved in the same way, and that's something that's gonna take a little getting used to on your part. So those are my tips in relation to the video I shared last week that was like, whoa, back off and let these kids figure stuff out on their own. I know it's scary. Look, I'm doing it myself. I know it's scary, but I really think if you stop and say to yourself, do I really think they can't handle this? You'll change the way you behave, because I think you believe they can, and they will with your guidance. You don't have to completely withdraw from them, but you have to communicate to them that you think they can do it on their own with whatever support you can give them from far away. You got this. So do they. We all do.